Welcome to Facial Hair Toolkit 2.0. In this update, all hair assets have moved to the new curves-based hair system instead of legacy particle hair system. Blender version 3.5 or above is required to use the new update. However, you can install the 2.0 version and previous 1.6 version at the same time. Make use of both hair system as you see fit. Use timestamp below to jump to a different part of the video. To install the version 2.0, go to Edit and Preference, locate the zip file and install. The default UI tab name shows here, you can change to different name. There are multiple panels that can be freely rearranged. Let's add some hair assets first. The imported assets have three types: haircut, eyebrow, and beard. You can find the relevant controls in their corresponding panel. Up at the top of the control panel, there are hair asset previews. The hair asset uses the new curves-based hair system. They are made of the new hair nodes introduced in Blender 3.5. To change hairstyle, choose a preview, then either select the scalp mesh or the hair itself, then press switch. When the hairstyle changed, all current hair curves are removed and replaced with the new hairstyle, whereas the new hair element is added to existing ones. In Display sub-panel, you can change the hair resolution, display type, viewport hair amount. Low will show 10% of the original amount, making it easier to sculpt the hairs. Switch to high to check the result. In the geometry node hair groups, most of the setting can be saved as presets, so that when you have spent time to fine-tune a hairstyle, in the future you can apply the preset to new hair setups. Press Save Preset and give it a name will save current hair settings. In the Node Group Controls sub-panel, the main controls that greatly alter the hair look show here. For more detailed controls, you can go to Geometry panel and adjust each node group there. If the name already exists in preset, toggle over Write File to save the current setting. For Interpolate hair node, it is controlled by a vertex group in the base mesh. The name shows in the vertex group mask node. For hairstyle that consist of multiple hair curves, finding the correct vertex group mask can take some time. With a hair curve selected, press Edit Mask. It will automatically jump to Weight Paint mode with the corresponding vertex mask. To transfer hair curves to a custom mesh, first select the custom mesh, then the hair curves object, and press Transfer. It will create a new hair curves as a child object for the custom mesh, while source hairs are hidden and can be further edited. Bend angles for better fitting of the head. Since the base mesh currently only shrink wrap to target head mesh, when it moves, the hairs do not move with it. Bind to target surface adds a surface bind modifier which makes sure that when the head mesh moves or deforms, the hair follows it. The beard control panel have the same layout as hairstyles and share the same presets. The eyebrow panel offers similar controls with a couple of additions. Preview Mirror Eyebrow will create a mirrored object of current eyebrow. It is mirrored along X direction. Currently, it is center around the head mesh. You can change its custom center to different object, such as this cube. When transfer eyebrow to custom mesh, a mirror toggle shows. To add eyelash, first select a mesh object, click Draw Quick Eyelash will enter modal mode. Draw where eyelash is placed, press Z to delete last draw curve. Press W or S to tilt the curve, A or D to adjust the hair amount, these are the final guided curves. R to randomize their location. T to toggle if it is upper eyelash or lower. Finally, space bar or enter to confirm the result. Escape or right mouse button to cancel. From there, you can free sculpt the hair curves. Eyelash has its own preset and simpler control panel. Mirror eyelash is located at the bottom. As always, when transfer hair curves to target mesh, it is non-destructive. When use the Add New Hair button, choose only one category, since it will show up in the relevant control panel. When adding new hairs, in the Presets sub-panel, there are 3 hair length presets. You can define the length and point count for each one and quickly add different hairs. Now let's talk about hair cards generation. When you have a desired hair curves, you can turn it into hair cards easily. Press Hair Curves to Hair Cards, it will show the current hair strand count. Geometry node is fast, but keep it in a reasonable range. It adds a new modifier to align the hair cards correctly to the target mesh normal. Influence range will limit how far the auto-align effect. Rotation rotate the hair card individually. Embed root adjust how far it goes into the target mesh. Width adjust the width of the hair card and resolution length adjust the mesh density lengthwise. When resolution width is above 0.5, one line division is added. While at 1, a total of 2 lines are added. The bend controls the added lines. When back face culling is on, dual mesh will add another layer of mesh with inverted normal. You can offset the distance and rotate them accordingly. UV offset will change the generated hair card's UV coordinate from 1 to 5. To mesh, will convert to actual mesh geometry. To curve, will convert to regular curve object to further fine-tune the look. Such as tilt individual curve or duplicate it. When convert to mesh, if random UV toggle is on, the result mesh will have randomly flipped UV. If transfer normal toggle is on, the underlining base mesh will project its normal to the hair cards. You can also draw hair cards. It has similar controls with one addition of surface offset control. Its shape is controlled by the float graph in Geometry node. Now let's take a look at hair texture baking. Locate the Bake Hair Cards panel and open Bake Scene. It will create a new scene within the same blend file. You can switch it back and forth from the top right. Here in the floor grid, there are 5 areas, these correspond to the UV offset 1 through 5. Regular, clump, curl buttons will import sample hairs. When selected, use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to quickly place it to each UV area. The rest of the control should be pretty familiar by now. Don't forget you can convert the generated hair curves for manual tweak. In the Bake setting, choose the folder for the baked textures. Make sure to uncheck Relative Path in Gear icon. Toggle the type of textures, size, format, and quality. Use the grid as a rough guide so that each hair is within the boundary. Give it a name, the bake should be fairly fast. Now back to the hair cards object. In the texture path, click the gear icon and uncheck the relative path select one of the baked textures. Click Update Preview Matte. The newly baked textures are applied to the hair cards. You can also apply it to mesh material. If you have a particle hair system and would like to convert to geometry node setup, first, convert it to mesh, then to curve, and finally to curves object. Now select the base mesh first, Shift-select the converted hair curves. It will have the same geometry node setup. The scale is based on real life. When you add a monkey head, you can see it is big compared to head size. So for your custom character, scale them accordingly. To add custom hair asset. First, add relevant base mesh, remove or modify the hair curves. Or add new ones. Make sure the hair curves is child of the base mesh, and they are in a collection. Give the collection a unique name. Take a screenshot of it in JPG format. In the Addon folder, locate the Haircut Geo folder. Save the blend file inside that folder with the same name as collection name. Also rename the screenshot the same name as the collection name. If the preview does not show the newly added hair, in the Add-on tab, press Refresh Preview would do it. Repeat the same steps for eyebrow assets and beard assets. With eyebrow geo folder and beard geo folder respectively. If you encounter any issue or have questions, feel free to contact me. Happy blending!